Absolutely right. I always love seeing the smaller communities featured like that. Very nice.
Yeah.
Juan, what about that fish that was wrangled in?
What was it? 876?
876, I think.
Crazy.
Yeah, a lot.
You know how long that
Yet
took
another
them?
reason why I won't get in the water.
And that's just a fish. That's not even the shark.
Of course, I'm more scared of snakes than anything else, but you have something like that lingering
Look out on the
nearby.
Some
Yeah.
good sushi, though.
That's
Yeah,
true,
true.
very true. All right, let's getting a little bit soupy outdoors right here in downtown Corpus Christi. We have the fog is getting a little bit denser right near the coastline, but temperatures, they're still holding on to 75 degrees with that east-northeasterly wind at only 8 miles an hour. All the fog that we have in place, it at least provides a little bit of moisture, and we talked about it yesterday, at least providing a trace of rain out at the airport officially. Yesterday was no exception. We officially registered a trace out at the airport, but everyone knows that does nothing to put officially anything in the bucket. So we're holding on to 4.31 inches of rainfall, almost 2 inches below normal for this time of year. The drought monitor, the updated drought monitor map will be released later on this morning, and we'll feature that here on Chris 6 News at noon, but still plenty of drought across the coastal bend. Not a good scenario for us here, especially as we look at the lake levels where, of course, stage 1 water restrictions are still in place. Lake Corpus Christi, as of yesterday, holding on to 43.8% capacity, 32.8% over at Choke Canyon Reservoir, so a very dismal 35.9% combined capacity of Lake Corpus Christi and Choke Canyon, and even Lake Texana beginning to come down just a little bit. We need some of these little isolated showers to do their job and hopefully at least fall into the lake levels, but that'd be good. 75 here, 77 off in Robstown, 70s all over the place this morning, folks. 72 in Beeville, 73 off in George West near Three Rivers as well. And right now the winds are not too bad. Everyone is below 10 miles an hour, so that's what's aiding in some of that fog development, but lots of cloud coverage for today. As we look at the hour-by-hour forecast, notice how the winds begin to pick up just a little bit, so we'll be into the middle 70s by noontime. I still think we'll manage to squeeze out into the lower 80s for this afternoon, but we'll pick up that east-southeasterly wind right at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Despite the cloud coverage, still going to be warm for the inland folks into the middle to upper 80s, and right near the coastline we'll be into the middle to upper 70s and out near 80 degrees out by the Naval Air Station. So the bays will be slightly choppy as we look at the marine forecast. Small craft caution is going to be advised. The UV index is only going to be moderate. It's only a 3. It's been a while since I've seen that, and the rip current risk continues to be moderate as well. High tide out at Bob Hall Pier, 7:38 this morning, 8:01 out at the Port Aransas Jetty, Nueces Bay just after the noon time frame, and then over at the Packery Channel at about 4:40 this morning. Lots of pollen continues to be in the air. Grass and mold are high. Tree is still moderate out there. Lots of oak continues to be across the region. A lot of cloud coverage in place, no showers yet, but we're going to be keeping an eye on the radar later on this morning and later on this afternoon. Upper level winds are continuing to keep that moist air mass in place for us here, and as long as that little frontal boundary is in place, we're going to hold on to that isolated thunder shower activity as the cool air continues to be bottled up towards the north. The Storm Prediction Center does have a slight risk of severe weather up in the hill country just north of San Antonio, but not for us here. We're just in the general thunderstorm category favoring the northern sections of the coastal bend, so that's why we'll be keeping an eye on things. But late Friday on into Saturday, that's when we're looking for some big changes. We'll hold on to isolated thunderstorms the next couple of days, but only 70 on Saturday, 67 on Sunday, and holding on into the mid to lower 70s for the middle and beginning of next week. Here's our Victoria Balderrama.